Well, this will be our final question.
All right.
Sent in the CornyDriveThru@gmail.com from Johnny Fisterbottom in Hampton, Virginia.
Johnny Fisterbottom calling in again, writing in again. I haven't heard of him in ages.
Being the historian...
He used to hang out with Phil McCracken.
Being the historian that you are, I want to know if you could remember the first person to reverse the figure four by flipping over and reversing the pressure, and do you think that killed the move since everyone basically could reverse it at that point?
Okay, Brian Last, tell me if what I'm about to remember from the deep recesses of my mind with your savant-like wrestling history knowledge is correct. Wasn't it a program between Johnny Valentine and Cowboy Bob Ellis, at least that made the magazines, where that Ellis came up with the counter for the figure four back in the early 60s? Was that where it was first noted most prominently?
I'm not sure, because where my mind went was, I don't remember the details, but I was thinking, did Tim Hornbaker cover this in the Buddy Rogers book? That it was something that Buddy started doing.
That's an idea, and golly, there were so many good tidbits in that book, but I don't know, because I seem to remember a magazine article. It may have been an early Wrestling World, or it may have been a early 60s Wrestling Review, because Valentine and Ellis had a feud that was fairly high profile at that point in time, and I think at that time they were using a figure four, and Ellis reversed it. But and
the magazines would never lie.
Well, no, but here's the thing: is I'm saying that was they were acting like that this was a new thing. If Buddy Rogers had been doing it, they wouldn't have acted like it was a new thing. I'm just wondering. But the answer to the question is nobody's ever going to know, because the first time that somebody did something, they may have just done it on a spur of the moment, and whether it's reversing a hold or doing a move or saying a thing or whatever. And then it might come up that somebody remembered that was on the card or on the show and saw it and is figured in another territory, and that situation comes up, hey, we could do this. And then it actually gets noticed because it's intended beforehand rather than something that just happened. You know, who was the first person to use a foreign object in a wrestling match? We've got newspaper clippings and results and research from Amarillo and Tennessee and all those places that Scott Teal has done that was going on in the 1930s. So there's no way to really tell who did the first anything. It's just whoever finds success with a move or a hold or a gimmick or whatever kind of becomes known for it, and then other people steal from them because they're successful. There's really no way to tell who was the first to do almost anything.
You're usually good with wrestling physics. Explain to me how the reversal of the figure four hurts the applyee of the figure four.
Because apparently, and actually there's some degree of this. Of course, if you got the figure four put on for a shoot on you, you wouldn't be able to turn it over. But the straight leg, when you're in the figure four, the straight leg that is on the bottom, that your other leg is being crossed over at the knee, supposedly the straight leg is the one that's getting hurt because you're being hyperextended, and also it's fucking up the ankle that's crossed over it, but it's hyperextending that knee. Well, if you turn over on your stomach and you do a push-up, then you have much more straightening strength in that leg, and you can use it to then bear down and the pressure is reversed because it's a mirror image, and you're cranking against the other guy's fucking leg, supposedly. It helps with a visual aid of people in the ring and blah, 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 and you showing the hold and the pressure points and everything for people to understand that rather than just verbally. But it's like trying to explain to somebody how to put a fucking Indian deathlock on. You can't do it verbally. You have to show it.